And a pleasant good evening to you and to yours, and welcome to the Brevard Sports Network. Good evening, everybody. Alan Slaughterzinski with you here tonight, live from Commodore Softball Stadium, where tonight we have what I think is a matchup, and I mean no disrespect to anybody else in the rest of Brevard County, but a matchup between two of the best teams in the 3-2-1. The 5-0 Eau Gallie Commodores going up against the 3-0 Melbourne Bulldogs. Now, let's show you the team comparison tonight. You're looking at some of the batting average leaders, the on base percentage leaders, slugging percentage. These lineups are absolutely loaded with talent and stars. On the mound tonight, pitching for Eau Gallie is going to be Jordan Stout. She comes in at 2-0, 14 and 2/3 innings pitched, 10 hits, a 1.91 ERA, 5 walks, 19 strikeouts. Teams are batting just 179 against her, but she's going to have to shoulder a lineup that's batting 470. Yep, 470. And the crux of that lineup is Lanya Ayala and Madison Ryder. And there you see the damage those two have done through just 3 games to start. Let me go ahead and give you the starting lineup here as Madison Ryder steps in. What is Maddie Ryder not doing this year? She's going to be playing center field, batting 750. She is absolutely incredible. And the first pitch from Jordan Stout is ball one. Top of the first inning here. No score, just underway. It's Maddie Ryder, Haley Cottrell, and Alanya Ayala. 2-0 to start. Let me back up here so we can see. There we go. Ryder. There's a strike right down Eau Gallie Boulevard. And it's 2-1. One common opponent between these two teams, the Rockledge Raiders. Both teams handled the Raiders pretty well. Ryder with a chopper to the first baseman, easy peasy lemon squeezy, and that is out number one. As Ryder, who doesn't get out often, grounds out. Let's take you around the infield and the outfield for the Eau Gallie Commodores. Kelly McMillan in left, Shyla Eppert in center, Evie Martin in right, Abby LaTulip at third, Hannah Leach at short, Izzy Gamble at second, and you just saw Ava Tepley make the play. Behind the plate, the West Florida commit, Ainsley Odell, and that one's going to squirt up the middle for a base hit, and that is Haley Cottrell, who first pitch swinging is on. And this will bring up Lanya Ayala, and Ayala, the reigning Brevard Sports Network softball player of the year. First pitch to her is ball one. Upstairs, 2-0. Ayala this season, 545, 8 RBIs, 2 doubles, 2 home runs already. And that is 3-0, and it's almost like now you do not want to give in here and give her anything at all to hit, because that ball will end up somewhere over on the 50-yard line. And that's a 4-pitch walk. And right now, the Commodores have, the Bulldogs have runners at first and second with just one out. And Cammie Potts steps in. Cammie Potts, the catcher tonight. Cammie, one of my favorite all-time players. And I'm sure if many of you know or have listened to my broadcast going back the 10 years that I've been doing this, Cammy played Little League Baseball for Vieira Youth. And we actually had the privilege, I believe, to call one of her over the fence home runs she hit in Little League. Just a phenomenal player. She's batting fourth for Melbourne. Her and Maddie transferred from Vieira to Melbourne. Haley Cottrell at second. Lanya Ayala at first. Cami Potts at the plate. Ali Gomez, freshman, on deck. This ball was popped up and out of play, and the count moves to a ball and a strike. The 1-1, make it 2-1. Actually, they make the correction. They say it's 2-2. So 2-strike pitch now on its way. And that'll be a full count. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Stout winds and delivers the 3-2. That ball is hit in the right field and gets down and around. Look, they're on each other's heels here. 1 run will score. Here comes Ayala. She'll score. And Melbourne takes a 2-0 lead. And I hope she is okay. Evie Martin out there. Evie is an outstanding player. As they have timeout. On the field. Injury timeout. As Coach Gabe Cartwright in his 4th year and Coach Paul are out there. And Evie looks like she's going to stay in the game, which is good, I believe. Was unable to get the camera all the way around on that one. My apologies, but she went after that ball hard. And Melbourne takes a 2-0 lead now with a runner at third. And trying to bunt. Does that get away? No, it's a pass ball. It's not a foul tip. And coming in to score is the pinch runner for Tierra Zone, who came in to pinch run for Cami Potts, who's catching, and it's 3-0. Foul tip, and it's now 0-2. Rough start for Eau Gallie. Great start for Melbourne. There's a ground ball to first baseman Tepley, and she will step on the bag as she records her second out of the inning, but not before. Oh, well, we still have Ali Gomez to go yet here. My apologies. Actually, that was Ali. This is Ding Bella. Trying to Make sure I say her name right. This is the pitcher, Addison Bellavender. She's listed as Ding on the scorecard on the lineup I have, so I'm going to call her Addison. How about that? Addie. I'm not going to call her by her nickname. One ball and one strike. 3-0 here. Pitcher to pitcher. This is a senior to a freshman. She's going to get in the circle here. Swing and a miss, and that is strike two. There is nobody on, so let me take that runner off third. Hitter. Cammie Potts will get credit for a triple. And this will bring up Kaylee Cote. And Tyra Powell will run as Cote steps in with 2 outs. Swing and a miss, strike one. Cote this season, 125 to start. Upstairs, 1-1, good eye. Just off the outside corner. 2-1. Melbourne leads the all-time series, well, since 2008, 18-9. Eau Gallie won last year, 8-1. The ball bounces in the dirt and gets to the backstop, and it'll be 3-1 now. As Tyra Powell goes down to second, and Ainsley Odell, the West Florida commit, goes out to talk to Jordan Stout, the Indian River State College commit. We got quite a few college commits in this game tonight. There is pitcher-catcher combination there, and we also have 2 going to Pasco Hernando State College, and Izzy Gamble and Hannah Leach. And then we got a couple for Melbourne as well. We'll show you them here in just a second. As the 3-1, it's on his way to Cote. Ball 4. And now it's first and second with 2 outs. Lanya Ayala going to Florida State. And Haley Cottrell to Lynn University. Charlotte Martin steps in and looks at strike one. One and one. Chopper, foul. 1-2 now. Cote at first. Pinch runner. Tyra Powell at second. At the dish is Charlotte Martin. She's the DP tonight. The 1-2 on its way is high. 2 balls, 2 strikes. So straight deuces wild now. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. That's 4 twos. There can't be another. What will the turn card pitch be? Strike three, and Eau Gallie gets out of the inning, but not before the Melbourne Bulldogs, who are averaging 11 runs a game, plate three in the inning. Cammy Potts with a triple, opposite field triple that scored two. We're going to the bottom of inning number one, 3-0 Bulldogs. All right, here we go. It'll be Shyla Eppert, Evie Martin, Jordan Stout, Abby LaTulip, Ainsley Odell, Izzy Gamble, Ava Tepley, Hannah Leach, and Kelly McMillan. And in the circle, and that will be strike one. Freshman in the circle tonight. We'll show you her stats. Addison Ballavender. Allison Ballavender. I'll know her name. I know. Ballavender has started her high school career at Melbourne on fire. There you see what she's done thus far. 2-0, 12 innings pitched, 4 hits, no earned runs, 2 walks, 20 strikeouts. And it's 1-2 to Shyla Eppert. Eppert swings at the off speed, a thing of beauty, and that's one out. She took a little off of that one. Well, no, it was a lot off of that one. 2. And that'll bring up Evie Martin. Martin, strike one. She definitely fills up the zone. So Eau Gallie's going to have to be ready to go tonight. Martin starting the year nicely, 364, tied for the team lead with 8 RBIs. There's a slow grounder foul, and quickly Bellavender has Martin in the hole, 0-2. As far as who is going to have to counter at the plate for Eau Gallie, well, that's going to have to be Spike Peckert and Ainsley Odell, along with the rest of the lineup. The pitch, ball. Peckert coming in batting .750, 9 hits. Odell, 500 on the season. One and two now. That's gone. Home run. That gets over the left field fence. That ball got out. It just kept going and going and going. And Evie Martin with a home run. I thought they would get a play on it off the wall. They do not. Everybody collectively held their breath, and it's gone. As Evie Martin circles the bases. How about it, Evie? The 7th home run of the year for Eau Gallie, and for Martin, her first. Oh, and 1 to Jordan Stout. That's the kind of night it might be here. Pitch, swing and a miss. 0-2. Nice piece of hitting by Martin, too. Swing and a miss, and that is the second strikeout of the inning. And Abby LaTulip will step in. That was a weird home run. LaTulip will look at a rare first pitch ball. 1-0. Addison Ballavender. Ballavender fouled out of play. And the count is 1 ball and 1 strike. 1-1. I did not take you around the Melbourne infield and outfield. I will do that in the bottom half of the next inning. That ball is drilled and hauled in for the third and final out. So Melbourne gets 1 on a home run by Evie Martin, but they still trail it 3-1. All right, let's have an honest conversation because, you know, I always prefer to do that with you. It's going to be tough for me tonight to be able to get these balls in the outfield with the angle that I'm sitting tonight. This is always an extremely difficult place to shoot from. The signals are always great, but you're kind of sitting at an angle. If you've ever been here, they kind of have this dugout next to the dugout, and everything kind of sits at an angle. So it's just tough to be able to turn the camera that fast to be able to get it. Of course, I will do my level best to get it done for you, but just want to let you know if we're a little late on the balls in the outfield, that's why. First pitch offering from Stout to Brooklyn Dolan is, I believe, a ball. 1-0. Oh, nope, strike. And that'll be strike 2 at the knees. So that is something that Stout struggled to do in the first inning, and that was first pitch strikes. And swing and a miss, and Stout now has 2 straight strikeouts, 1 to start the top of the second, and we'll go back to the top of the order with Maddie Ryder, who grounded out to Ava Tepley, the first baseman, her first time up. as Ryder steps in. Again, she came in just tearing the absolute – well, she's torn the cover off the ball her entire career. Two years at Vieira, and she looks at strike one. 2 years at Vieira as a freshman and a sophomore. She had 87 hits in 2 years, batting almost 600. Ryder, hard ground ball down the line, but it will be foul. And it's a strike, so 0-2 now to Ryder, and it's the second straight batter. Stout has gone to an 0-2 count. And she'll look at ball one. I hope you like the new scoreboard feature. If you've been watching anything else, we're now able to use the entire feature of the scoreboard, as long as I keep up with it, without having to go to a secondary device, which is just a beautiful thing. Ryder looks at ball 2, 2-2. It just makes for a much better game to watch for you at home, and so hope you're enjoying it. The 2-2, Ryder with a shot. Oh, backhanded over to first. Umpire says yes. What a play by Izzy Gamble at second base. Gamble backhanded a laser and gets Ryder down the line, and that's 2 outs. Great job. Did you? Ball 1 to Lanya Ayala. Ayala, her last time up, walked on 4 straight pitches, and she has now seen 6 pitches in the game. All 6 of them have been balls. No, I'm sorry, this is Haley Cottrell. Haley Cottrell. Ayala's on deck. Cottrell singled her last time up. Cottrell, the Lynn University commit. Looking at 2-0 here with 2 outs. Stout. Strike 1, says the home plate umpire. 2-1. A dent play by Izzy Gamble. A web gem. Strike 2. And now we're back to Deuces Wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Second inning. Ayala on deck to pitch. There's a ground ball. And that got back to Stout, who throws out Cottrell for out number 3. So after an inning where Melbourne sent 8 batters to the plate, they go 3 up and 3 down here as we head to the bottom half of inning number 2 with the score, the Bulldogs 3, the Commodores 1.
Hi, I'm Christy Lindback with Company, your East Coast real estate expert. When it comes to selling your home, experience and strategy matter. My team and I make sure every detail is handled, so you get top dollar and a stress-free experience. We bring in professional stagers, high-end photographers, and cinematic videographers to showcase your home at its best. Because every showing starts online, and we make sure your home stands out. With consistent communication, strong negotiation skills, and local market expertise, I guide you every step of the way. Because here in Brevard, when it comes to real estate, Chrissy knows. Ready to buy or sell in Brevard? Visit Chrissy Knows, and let's get started.
Welcome back here to Commodore Stadium, home of the Eau Gallie Commodore softball team, as they get set to come up. It'll be Ainsley Odell, Izzy Gamble, and Ava Tepley to face the freshman Addie Bellavender. Ainsley Odell's first is ball one. Strike. 1-1. Locks it in right there at the knees. Odell headed to the Panhandle, the University of West Florida in Pensacola. Love that school. Popped up. That's a fair ball. It drops in. And Odell looked like a line drive in the book, and that is a base hit for Ainsley Odell. That is Odell's 8th hit of the year, and the leadoff hitter is aboard for Eau Gallie. As Izzy Gamble steps in, Izzy headed to Pasco Hernando State College with Hannah Leach. And she's looking to jumpstart her year at the plate. And the count is now 0-2 to the senior. And she got her swinging. Beautiful pitch. 1 out. Ava Tepley steps in. Tepley this year batting 111. So she wants to definitely jumpstart her year as well. 342. The Commodores are batting as a team. 14 doubles, 7 home runs now, 536 on-base percentage. They have 13 stolen bases. They've only committed 6 errors all year in the field. Melbourne just 3. That's a great bunt down to first base. Cammie Potts throws out Tepley. Nice play by Cammie as she gets Ainsley Odell down to second, and Tepley will go 1-4, and that'll bring up Hannah Leach with 2 outs now, but a runner in scoring position. Swing and a miss at straight gas, and it's 0-1. Bellavender is tall. Swing and a miss at straight gas, part 2, and it's 0-2. And Bellavender eyes up. Count. Here's the pitch. Upstairs. 1-2. Good waist pitch by the freshman. Last time a freshman started like this for Melbourne in the circle. Well, she's now in the circle at Florida State. The 1-2 is 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. A runner at second. 3-1. Melbourne. All 3 runs coming in the first inning. Swing and a miss. And that will end the inning. And my goodness gracious, she's throwing heat. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. We go to the top of the third. 3-1 Bulldogs. Top of the third inning, heart of the order, Lanya Ayala, Cami Potts, and Ali Gomez. And as we noted earlier, on the left side of your screen there is Lanya Ayala, who is going to be joining a former teammate of hers. She was a freshman. She played with her, and that's Jazzy Francic at Florida State. Jordan Stout's first pitch offering to Ayala is fouled back to the screen for strike one. I believe she committed in September. Of course, on the right there, you saw Haley Cottrell, who's committed to Lynn University. Low, ball one, 1-1. Ayala with a hard ground ball. It's going to get through the middle, and she'll round first, and that's where she'll stop with her first hit of the game. Ayala walked on 4 pitches her last time up, and that'll bring up Cami Potts. That is the 7th hit of the year for Ayala as Potts steps in, batting .444. Potts with 4 hits, 5 hits now, 4 RBIs, and 2 doubles or 1 double and now a triple after her triple back in the first inning, plated 2, and she goes that way again, and this time Evie Martin is there for the catch. And she went to the same exact spot she went last time, just a little shorter, and that is 1 out. I was able to get around okay on that one, I think. Brings up Ali Gomez, and Gomez will look at ball 1 high. 1-0 to Gomez, who grounded out to Ava Tepley her last time up. Gomez leads the team in hits with 7, batting .636, and down to second base, and she dropped the ball. She had her, but the ball was dropped by the shortstop, and that's a stolen base for Lanya Ayala. So now a runner in scoring position for Gomez. That last pitch was a ball. And there's a chopper back to the pitcher, and that will get Ayala over to third. And this will bring up the pitcher. Addison Bellavender. Bellavender looks at ball 1. 2 outs, runner at third. Top of the third, 3-1. Bulldogs trying to add a run here against Stout. Little slow ground ball. Tepley flips the gamble. Nice job, well done, well covered. They prevent the run from scoring despite the leadoff single by Ayala. That'll be a 4. Actually, that'll be a 3-4 if you're scoring at home. So no runs on 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. We go to the bottom of inning number 3, 3-1 Melbourne. All right, let me do as I promised I'd do an inning ago, and that is to make sure you know who is playing in the field for the Melbourne Bulldogs. From left to right, it is Brooklyn Dolan, Matty Ryder, and Ali Gomez. That's left field to right field. Over at third base, Lanya Ayala, Hilly Cottrell at short. Ella Sutcliffe is at second. Kelly Cote at first. Cammy Potts behind the plate, and Ding Bellavander in the circle. And leading off is going to be Callie Cote. Cote, her last time up, walked. Or I'm sorry. Yeah. No, this is O'Calley, Alan. Get it together. Callie McMillan, not Callie Cote. Callie McMillan. And this is her first at bat. And she swings and misses. Strike one. Got the Callies mixed up there. Pitch is fouled off, topped over. Strike two. And now it's 0-2. Four strikeouts already for Bellavander tonight. Make it 5 as Callie McMillan goes down swinging. And we are back to the top of the lineup with Shyla Eppert, who was her very first victim of the night. Bottom of the third, Bellavander cruising along here. The only run she's allowed is to the person on deck. And it was a home run to Evie Martin. Upstairs, ball one. 1-0. Foul tip. And the count moves to a ball and a strike. A lot of softball left to be played this season. Of course, these two teams, I believe, are both going back to play in the prestigious Kissimmee Classic. Swing and a miss. And that makes it 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. One out. In the dirt, 2-2. The 2-2 on its way. Swing and a miss. Strike 3, 2 outs. Evie Martin steps in. She homered opposite field last time up. Went over the left center field fence. Bellavander drops in, strike one. What's new? 0-1 to Martin. For Martin, it was her first bomb of the year. The left-hander kicks and fires. And that's the other thing, too. Bellavander's a left-hander, which makes what she can do all the more sweeter. When you can throw with that kind of velocity from the left side and then do that with an off-speed pitch, yeah. 1-2. Bellavander, 2 in a row with the off-speed. She strikes out the side and ends the third. 3-1 Bulldogs. We'll start with Kaylee Cote here and go to Charlotte Martin and then Brooklyn Dolan to kick off the top of the fourth inning. And I was very excited to see Ballavander pitch tonight, and she is not disappointed. I was just talking to Dan, and that is an HBP as Stout drills Kaylee Cote in the helmet. And I was just talking to Dan from ISO Photography, and we were just commenting how much fun it is to watch a player like Ballavander pitch. You know, when she throws gas like she's throwing and then takes off-speed pitches. I'm just turning around, walking back to the dugout. And there's a bunt attempt that goes awry. And that'll be 0-1. There's a hard ground ball. This should be two. Gamble over to first. No. So they get the force. That'll be 6-4 on Kaylee Cote. And a fielder's choice on Charlotte Martin. Runner at first, one out. And coming in to run was going to be Tyra Powell. Or for actually Ellis Sutliff as Brooklyn Dolan steps in. So Ellis Sutliff, the second baseman, is coming in. And Brooklyn Dolan steps in, and Dolan looks at ball one. You got the feeling that, I mean, it wasn't going to take very many runs to win this game tonight. I didn't expect a slugfest, despite these two teams being capable of what they are with the sticks in their hand. And I'll tell you what, she better watch out down here at first base because Ainsley Odell has a cannon for an arm. And you better believe Ava Tepley and her have worked on this. Here's the pitch. There's a strike. 1-2. Top of the lineup on deck and Madison Ryder. Coach Cottrell calls out his combination of numbers. Dolan, Stout, kicks and fires. Swing and a miss, and Odell took a look, and it's 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Here in the top of the fourth, 3-1, Melbourne on top. All 3 runs in the first inning. The big blow by Cammie Potts, a triple ground ball to third, and up and nicely done by Abby LaTulip to get the runner, Brooklyn Dolan, down to second base. LaTulip fired a bullet over there. And down to second base goes Ella Sutliff. And that'll bring up Maddie Ryder with a duck out there waiting, or a bulldog, I should say, out there waiting to come home in scoring position. And Ryder looks at strike one. Ryder tonight 0 for 2, 2 groundouts. Both to the right side. The 0-1 is upstairs, and the pitch gets away from Odell, and down to third base goes Sutliff. And now Sutliff is at third with 2 outs for Maddie Ryder, who is looking at a 1-1 count. Stout inside, 2-1. Top of the fourth. 3-1. It was free passes and HBPs that killed Stout back in the first inning. The 3-1 on its way. Ryder drills it and foul, says the home plate umpire. So it'd be a full count now at 3 balls and 2 strikes. The on-deck hitter is Haley Cottrell. And he says 2 balls, 2 strikes, but I think it's 3-2. But he says 2-2, so it's 2-2. Foul tip. So 2-2 here. Stout to Ryder. Okay, so it was 3-2. Okay, so what are we doing here? Was it 3 balls or not? And she's going back. I had 3 balls. So now it's 3-2. Somebody screwed up somewhere, and I do believe it is the home plate umpire. We were just discussing it. That just proved my point. Pitch. Now she can take her base. So first and third with 2 outs. As Haley Cottrell steps in, the Lean University commit tonight has singled and scored and grounded out her last time up to Jordan Stout, the pitcher. And there's a soft liner to Izzy Gamble for the third and final out of the inning. So the Bulldogs will strand 2 as they threaten but do not score. We'll go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Stout, LaTulip, and Odell due up. All right. Jordan Stout will step in. She struck out back in the first. 7 total tonight for Bellavander, and 4 in a row, I might add, for the freshman, and she'll step in. I got to know what the nickname. Ding. That's got to be ringing up strikeouts. Ding, ding, ding. That's what that's got to mean, because that's all she's doing. And she starts off this inning ringing up a strike to Stout. The 0-1 is in the dirt, 1-1. Okay. It's 2-1. The The Bulldogs have had the leadoff batter on one time tonight. That was Ainsley Odell with a bloop single back in the second inning. And this one right to the center fielder for out number one. Maddie Ryder was right there waiting on it. And that'll bring up Abby LaTulip, who popped out to Maddie Ryder her last time up. So that ends the strikeouts streak at 4 straight. Abby LaTulip will look at ball one. One and 0. Foul tip back to the screen. 1 and 1. Ball, 1 strike, 1 out. The Tulip, the hitter. Swing and a miss. 1 and 2. Straight gas. The southpaw gets the pitch he wants from Chris Cottrell. The 1-2 on its way hits her. The umpire's going to say, no. That hit the bat. And I'm sure Gabe Cartwright's going to want to ask a question about that. And there, 2 umpires are going to confer. I knew Gabe wasn't going to let that guy just slide by. They're going to talk about it. I am going to side with the umpires on this one just because of the way the ball bounced. It didn't bounce off her hand like that, or she would not. She would be in some serious pain right now if the ball came off. Oh, they do say it hit her. Okay. I take everything back. My fault. So they say it's an HBP. And that. What do I know? Guess the first base umpire overruled his partner. As Ainsley Odell steps in, Odell singled her last time up down the right field line. Odell first pitch swinging as the southpaw smokes one past her, and it's 0-1. The Tulip at first. Odell at the dish. Top or bottom of the 4th, 3-1 Melbourne. One and 1. Last year, Eau Gallie snapped an 11-game losing streak to Melbourne in this series with an 8-1 win. Bunts foul, and that'll make it 1 and 2. And Melbourne last year reached the state tournament for an 8th straight year. And they did so in dramatic fashion by defeating Vieira for the district championship. It was the only way Vieira could get back into the playoffs. They weren't ranked in the top 8 in the region. They had to win the district championship. And they did. That ball is hit deep to left field. Back off the wall. Around second and on her way to third is LaTulip. She will stop, and at second base with a stand-up double is Ainsley Odell, the West Florida commit. And the Commodores are in business with just 1 out. As Izzy Gamble steps in. Nice piece of hitting there. That ball just missed going over the wall by about 1.5 feet. As this will be Izzy Gamble. Gamble not having the type of year she wants at the plate, but now would be quite some time to break out. And high heat makes it 0-1. First base is open. I wonder if Coach Gabe's going to have her try and bunt. No, 1-1. Upstairs, 2-1. 2 balls and a strike. The Tulip at third, Odell at second. The 2-1 on its way. 2-2. Coach Paul Morris at first. Coach Gabe Cartwright at third. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Fouled off. And it'll stay 2-2. Here it comes. The 2-2 pitch to Gamble. Swing and a miss. Big strikeout. 2 outs. Ava Tepley steps in. Opportunity here. Tying run is at second. First pitch to Tepley. Chest high ball. 1-0. Second and third now. 2 outs here in the bottom of the fourth. A double off the wall by Ainsley Odell. Inside. Hitters count. 2-0. Ding looks in at Cammie Potts. And we're going to get a timeout here. Everybody wants to talk about this. Is a big moment in the game. There's no question about that. 2 balls, no strikes. 2 on, 2 out. As Coach Chris Cottrell wants to just make sure everyone understands what to do with the softball. I want to thank Chrissy Lindback. And, you know, it has been one. I'm not sure if people realize this, but it has been a great year of sports like girls basketball. We have 2 basketball programs going to the Final Four in Bayside and Holy Trinity. And you're looking at 2 programs right here, one in 4A, one in 6A, who both have the opportunity, in my opinion, to advance to the FHSAA Final Four this year. It's going to be, by the time this year is all said and done, Brevard County certainly will have made their mark. Right here, it's 2-0. Tepley with a chance to tie it. The pitch right down Babcock Street. 2 balls and 1 strike. That will be strike 2. And now the most important Deuces Wild of the night for the Commodores. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 on, 2 out. What will the turn card pitch be? Bellevander rocks, kicks, fires, upstairs, and it's full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. First base is open. No harm, no foul. She puts her there. This is going to be straight gas. Can she catch it? Popped up. Left field. Called and hauled. And Bellavander gets out of the jam. Allows no runs on one hit batter, and 2 left. We go to the top of the 5th. Melbourne still up 3-1. Talking to Miss Christie from Frameworthy Photography. Make sure you check them out online. One of the best, if not the best in Brevard County. Miss Christie, of course, Dan as well over here with ISO Photography. I mean, I just love them all the photographers. That ball is hit into Evie Martin's glove for an out. And that's one quick out. And, of course, you got DSP here tonight as well. And, I love DSP. I mean, it's a good thing I ain't a photographer. One out. It was Ayala that hit that. This is Cammie Potts. Cammie just, if you were with us in the first inning, you heard me tell the story of watching her hit a home run over the fence in Little League at Vieira. She was a good Little League player. Could pitch, catch, play first. She was really good. There's a ground ball over the shortstop, up, and she threw it away. And that's the type of pressure a good hitter can put on the defense, and that is going to be an error by Hannah Leach. So that'll be E6 on the overthrow. Potts will stay at first, and that'll bring up Allie Gomez. Gomez is grounded out twice tonight. And you don't see that happen very often. That is just the 7th error of the year by Eau Gallie. And Stout will now face Gomez, the right fielder, freshman. Gomez came into this game tonight leading the Bulldogs in hits with 7. She had a .636 average. Unbelievable. 1272 OPS. Yeah, that's a freshman. 1-0 And the bunt attempt makes it 1-1. One out here in the top of inning number 5. That's a strike. 1-2. Stout has really settled down nicely here in this one tonight after a rough first inning in which she faced 8 Bulldog hitters. She has done a very nice job sitting down a team that is loaded with talent. 2-2 is the count. It's the pitch. Make it full. 3-2. Now, if she walks this hitter, that's my fault. I put the jinx on her by talking good. 3-2 now. It is Ding Bellavin on deck. There's a ground ball. It's going to be one play Leach has. Oh, and she beats it out. Great hustle down the line by the freshman. That's an infield single, and now there are runners at first and second with one out. Leach made a nice play. It's just that Gomez's legs were quicker. So now it's first and second. This will bring up pitcher on pitcher battle here with Addison Bellavender. Upstairs, 2-0. Still just one out in the inning. Bellavender. Trying to help her own cause here. Stout, 2-1. Stout to Bellavender. Ground ball back to Stout. She's got one shot and goes to first with it. And now that is 2 down with Kaylee Cote coming up. Cote walked and grounded out. There's a shot. And Gamble quickly over to first to end the inning. So a little drama, but nothing comes of it as the ground out by Cote ends the inning as the Bulldogs will strand 2 runners here. We're going to go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Still 3-1, Melbourne on top. All right, welcome back here. Bottom of inning number 5. It's going to be Hannah Leach, Callie McMillan, and back to the top of the lineup with Shyla Eppert. 2 strikes to Leach. Leach wanted it. Belle Lavender took something off of that one. And I tell you what, Leach nearly went for it. Let's see if she comes back with that pitch again. High fastball and a good job by Leach to lay off the high rising smoke that was straight heat. 2-2 from the tall southpaw freshman. Here it comes. Strike 3. You knew it was coming as Leach can't catch it. And that's 1 out. Ninth strikeout of the night for Ding as Callie McMillan steps in. First pitch, nope. Upstairs, ball 1. There's a bunt, drops one down. Over to first, nice play. That's a beautiful play there by the Florida State commit, Lanya Ayala, who comes in, scoops it up, and throws out McMillan for out number 2. Good bunt. It's a good bunt. Good idea. Shyla Eppert steps in. Eppert has been a victim of strikeout twice tonight. 2 outs. Pitch. And just a little behind that one. 0-1. But she does get a piece. That ball is down the line. Foul. The long strike now makes it 0-2. And now you got to ask yourself, what's coming? Is it going to be the high heat, or is she going to pull the string on this thing? And you just know that Eppert is asking herself the same question. What is it going to be? Because you got to commit to one. Here it is. It's the high heat, and she stays off of it. 2-1. The thought process does not change. That's 4 straight fastballs to start the at-bat. Make it 5, and the count is now 2-2. And that's a Deuces Wild situation. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here at the bottom of the 5th. The 2-2 in the dirt, ball 3. So had her around 0-2, and she's lost her. She has fallen behind. Well, she hasn't lost her, but she has definitely fallen behind. 3 balls and 2 strikes here with 2 outs. Billevander, swing and a miss. That is strikeout number 10, and that ends the 5th inning. We'll go into the top of the 6th. 3-1, Melbourne.
Hi, I'm Christy Lindback with Company, your East Coast real estate expert. When it comes to selling your home, experience and strategy matter. My team and I make sure every detail is handled, so you get top dollar and a stress-free experience. We bring in professional stagers, high-end photographers, and cinematic videographers to showcase your home at its best. Because every showing starts online and we make sure your home stands out. With consistent communication, strong negotiation skills, and local market expertise, I guide you every step of the way. Because here in Brevard, when it comes to real estate, Chrissy knows. Ready to buy or sell in Brevard? Visit Chrissy Knows and let's get started.
All right, top of the sixth inning here. As it'll be Charlotte Martin, Brooklyn Dolan, and Maddie Ryder for Jordan Stout. Actually, it's going to be number 22 standing in there right now. So that's going to be Ella Sutliff batting. So Ella Sutliff is the batting, I believe, for the DP Charlotte Martin. So Sutliff in. Swing and a miss. 1-2. Swing and a miss. But the ump says foul tip, and it'll stay 1-2. All three runs for Melbourne came in the first inning. And matter of fact, all 4 runs in this game have come in the first inning. 3 for Melbourne, and Evie Martin with a home run for Eau Gallie in the first inning, and that's been it. The 2-2 is a ground ball over to LaTulip, and LaTulip throws across the diamond to get out number 1, and that will bring up Brooklyn Dolan. Dolan certainly knows the pressure of what it's like to be in important games. She had 2 big hits last year in the district championship win over Vieira and scored 2 runs in a 4-3 win that helped propel Melbourne to the state tournament for the 8th consecutive year. One and 0. That's a strike. 1-1. Chopper back to Stout. That's the 4th chopper she's had, or 4th ground out she's fielded tonight. 2 up, 2 down. Back to the top of the lineup with Maddie Ryder. Ryder tonight has walked and grounded out twice. She is officially 0 for 2. Stout's first pitch offering to her is a beaut. Strike 1. That ball nearly decapitated me. Well, wasn't that close, but I could hear it whizzing. 0-2 now to Ryder. The pitch. There's a Stout's got to hurry. She won't get her. And that is an infield hit for Madison Ryder. Sorry, I lifted the camera up. And Ryder will reach on a ground ball or just a swinging bunt, if you will, is what that was. But it's a base hit. And Ryder is on with Haley Cottrell up. Cottrell tonight has singled, grounded out, and popped out her last time up to the second baseman. The Lynn University commit facing the Indian River State College commit. And she'll look at strike one. Oh and 1 to Cottrell. 1 and 1. Stout. 2 and 1. Cottrell swings and fouls it off. And the count now moves to 2 and 2. Sing along at home if you know the lyrics to this. I don't have any bouncing balls on the bottom of the screen, but it is Deuces Wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 3-1. Melbourne on top here. Top of the 6th and a quick moving one. That ball is driven to right field, and Evie Martin makes a great play out there to end the inning. And Martin will be greeted by her teammates, as she should be. And Martin got to it and ends the inning. That thing gets down. They're still running. It does not, and it ends the inning. We're going to the bottom of the 6th, 3-1. All right, Evie Martin will step in, and Evie with a great catch, running catch backhanded to end the last half of the 6th inning, and she's got the only Melbourne run tonight. It was a home run back in the 1st that went opposite field between the left fielder and the center fielder. Jordan Stout on deck. 1-0 count. Pitch. Hitter. And the leadoff hitter is aboard. Jordan Stout will step in. Stout is struck out and flied out to center fielder Madison Ryder her last time up. And the on-deck hitter is Abby Latulip. Pitch. Strike one. From Bellavender. Bellavender looks in, gets the sign. The southpaw rocks, fires, and Stout, had she made contact with that, That thing would be all the way over by the football press box. 0-2. Beautiful swing, though. I mean, right on it. Just missed it. The 0-2 is in the dirt. Wasted away. 1-2. Good waste pitch by Ballavender. That ball is hit in the right field, but it is at the wall and dropped. It's dropped. Off the wall, dropped. She dropped it off the wall. And that will send, well, now runners at first and second. I don't know what you call that. Is that an error? I mean, she had it in her glove and dropped it. So now, Eau Gallie with runners at first and second, and nobody. I will give her a hit. That's a tough play to make against the fence like that. Abby LaTulip, who was hit by the pitch the last time and flied out to the center fielder. So, yeah, I'm going to give her a hit. We get a pinch runner for LaTulip. It is Hope Rodriguez. And that makes it 1-1. Runners at first and second. Rodriguez at first, running for Jordan Stout. And LaTulip looks at ball two. So Melbourne or Eau Gallie needs 2 to tie. If they can get 3, they go ahead. Here's the pitch. And she throws one by for strike 2. 2-2 here. Big pitch on the way to LaTulip. 2 balls. 2 strikes. Bellavander to LaTulip. Here's the pitch. Got her. Big strikeout. And now that brings up Ainsley Odell. Odell tonight, her last. Odell is 2 for 2 with a base hit and a double. And Ainsley Odell certainly capable of putting this thing over the wall. Bellavander's first pitch offering to Odell is hit to left field and caught. And that's 2 outs. She took a little off of that, and that forced Odell to kind of reach for a little bit. And Odell was not able to get the power of her swing behind that. Clever pitch. It works, and Odell flies out for out number 2, and that brings up Izzy Gamble. But that was a good job on that pitch because, again, Odell just kind of had to throw the bat at it. Now, she's able to come from her back foot. Odell will knock that thing 25 feet over that fence. Oh, and 1. 1-1 to Izzy Gamble. Two on, 2 out. Upstairs, 2-1. Swing and a miss. 2-2. Here we go. I won't say it, but you know it. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Old DW. And I ain't talking about Darryl Waltrip. The 2-2. Yes, indeed. Doing a little window shopping as Gamble looks at strike 3 to end the bottom of the 6th. We go to the top of the 7th. Melbourne 3-1. Top of the 7th here, Melbourne would love to add some insurance. Lanya, Ayala, Cami Potts, and Ali Gomez. Ayala. Look at ball 1. Ayala tonight walked, singled, and flied out. She has 2 balls on her. That'll get down for a base hit. And Ayala with a leadoff single. As Cami Potts steps up. Potts tonight reached on an error, flied out to the right fielder, and tripled back in inning number 1, scoring 2 of the Melbourne 3 runs, driving in 2 of the 3 runs in the inning. The third one, her, came in on a wild pitch. Ball's popped up. Time at the plate by Potts. Pitch. This should be 2-1, and that's all they'll get. Potts on a fielder's choice. Good job turning to 1. Ayala off the base paths. And so now that'll bring up Ali Gomez. I got you, Dan. There we go. 1 out. And that, we got a pinch runner for Potts at first. It is Tierra Zone. Strike right down the middle. 1-1. Chopper behind the plate foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2 up is Ava Tepley, Hannah Leach, and Callie McMillan. That's scheduled for Eau Gallie in the bottom of the 7th. Chopper. And won't get 2, but they'll get the runner at second for the second straight play. So another fielder's choice and this will bring up Ding Bellavander. And that's 2 outs now. Runner still at first. Ball 1. So Gallie will be looking to come from behind as they did a Friday ago against Lake Brantley when they were down in the bottom of the 7th inning, scored 2 or 3 to come back and win. And they will need to do the same again to stay perfect on the season. And Melbourne, who had previous to last year won 11 in a row against Eau Gallie. And that will end the inning on a ground out to Tepley. Final 3 outs possibly coming for Eau Gallie as Tepley, Leach, and McMillan are due up at the bottom of the 7th. Here we go. Bottom of the 7th here. Final chance for Eau Gallie. Tepley, look at ball 1. They need base runners. So Coach Carrod telling them, make her work. Make her work. Make her throw strikes. Don't swing the bat till you have 2 of them. 2-0. Ideally, you want to swing this around back to the top of the lineup. Tepley will look at 3-0. And that's a good start. Now, this is where being a freshman kind of hurts a little bit because you do feel this. I mean, the younger you are. But, I mean, she's gotten out of several situations tonight that reflected ice water in her veins as well. So, we'll see. And I'm not sure why you are swinging on 3-0. But strike 1. Ball 4. This is going to be Hannah Leach. Leach tonight with 2 strikeouts. Strike 1. Both swinging strikeouts tonight. Shows bunt, does bunt. Just got to make the play to first. They throw it away. Throw it away. Down to second base. Goes Leach over to third. And now, here we go, folks. Tepley's at third. Leach is at second. The throwing error. Just the 4th error of the year. That one by Ayala. And now second and third with nobody out. Gallie McMillan up as the umpire strolls out to the mound. Coach Cottrell having a conversation with his ladies. Coach Cartwright having a conversation with his. I cannot imagine. I mean, I would think this has got to be a bunt here down the first baseline. Force them to make a play. Three to one. The runners have advanced to second and third now. Top of the order is on deck. This is Callie McMillan. First pitch to her. She has struck out and grounded out as she will look at strike 1. As Coach Cartwright yells out a number. Upstairs, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Bottom of the 7th. 3-1 Melbourne. The tying run at second, the winning run at the plate. She does bunt, but oh, she kicks it. Everybody's safe. The winning run is now at first. And she bunted it, and unfortunately, the pitcher tried to field it but kicked it, and now Melbourne must get out of a bases-loaded jam with nobody out. And we go back to the top of the order for Shyla Eppert. And Eppert tonight has been a strikeout victim 3 times tonight. Big AB coming here. Eppert bunts, and that one goes back behind the screen, and it's 0-1. Eppert, a junior. Pitch popped up. 0-2. I think if you are Bellivander here, you know you've struck her out 3 times. Don't play around here. Just go get the one out. Strike her out. Go get the one out. Bellivander rocks, kicks, fires, and that ball is popped up and caught for out number 1 by the shortstop. It is Ayala, Cottrell, Sutliff, and Kelly Cote. 1 out now. Base is still loaded for Evie Martin. And Evie Martin, if she does what she did back in the first inning, will end it. First pitch to Martin, upstairs for a ball. Martin homered back in the first inning. And since then, has struck out and singled. 2 for 3 tonight. Bellivander's pitch. Ball 2, no place to put her. Evie Martin. Here's the pitch. 3-0. And now I don't think you're swinging until you have 2 strikes. Whatever that number is Coach Carride just called out, I am positively sure it is take until yours 2. Pitch. Ball 4. And a run is walked in. And it's 3-2. And now the winning run is at second base with just 1 out. And Jordan Stout up. Timeout, Melbourne. Can Eau Gallie snatch victory from the jaws of defeat for the second time in a week? Or will Melbourne hang on to be 4-0? Jordan Stout, the pitcher of record, 1 out, bottom of the 7th, 3-2. Everywhere you look is a Commodore. Stout shows bunt. Bellivander's first pitch is right down Wickham Road for strike 1. Can they do it again? Bellivander. Stout. Fly or popped out of play, 0-2. A freshman and a senior pitching counterparts. They have done a great job tonight, both of them in the circle for their respective squads. The 0-2. And make it 1-2. We have seen Jordan Stout leave the yard here before. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out, not 2. And now it is 2-2. I hit the wrong thing there. Sorry about that for those of you watching. It's 1 out, 1 out. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Bellivander, Stout, 3-2. The tying run at third. The winning run at second. The run at first base does not matter. Bellivander, the 3-2 on its way. Ball 4. And we're tied at 3. Abby LaTulip with a chance to win it. I love this song, man. The New York Mets closers song. I can't think of the name of it, but they're playing it in the background now. And I'm all hyped up. What a game. 3-3. Bottom 7, 1 out. LaTulip, all she's got to do is put the ball in play. And if Melbourne doesn't turn 2 or come home with it, they'll win. Another meeting of the minds here. Cottrell with his ladies and Coach Carride with his. And, I mean, it is make a play time. If you're Melbourne, make a play. If you're Abby LaTulip, put the ball in play. But I don't think I'm swinging until she throws me at least one strike. Bases are loaded. 1 out. 3-3 is the score. Abby LaTulip, one of the best hitters in the county, at the plate. The pitch. That's a strike. Nice pitch from Bellavander. 0-1 to LaTulip. Now she's ready. Now LaTulip is ready. Swing and a miss. 0-2. And that was the hardest pitch of the night. Bellavander has thrown an absolute missile past LaTulip. Mano a mano right here. Can you hit it? Here it comes. Popped up. Infield popped up. Ayala catches it. 2 outs. Ainsley Odell. Odell tonight, the only multi-hit game of the night, belongs to Odell for Eau Gallie. Odell singled and doubled. Last time up, she flew out. Now the element of flying out. Pitch. Odell. And we're going to extras. Bases are left loaded as we go to the top of the 8th. 3-3. We got a thriller on Apollo. 3-3, top of the eighth. Trying to figure out who's up. I have no idea who this is. There's the pitch. Shows bunt. Okay, number 13. It's Kelly Cote. Okay, that's what I thought. I just wanted to make sure I was right, because you get into extra innings, everything's all screwed up. Kelly Cote. 1-1. And remember, we start with a runner at second base. The Texas extra inning rule, trying to bunt her over. So and a strikeout, 1 out. And this is number 22 stepping in for Melbourne, Ella Sutliff. Why can I not remember the entire name of this extra inning rule? The Texas something. I can't remember what the rest of it was. Just trying to look it up. Count is 1 ball and 1 strike. Another strike, 2 strikes. They don't use it in high school baseball. They need to. Pitch. Chopper foul. Texas tiebreaker, I guess, is just what it's called. Just missed. 2-2. So, yeah, the Texas, I thought it had another name, but I guess it does not. It's just Texas tiebreaker. Trying to make more of it than it is. My mother was right. Here's the pitch. Ground ball back to Stout over to third base, but there's 2 outs now. Nice job by Jordan. And here comes the number 9 hitter, Brooklyn Dolan. Dolan tonight grounded out, and struck out. Runner at third now. Top of the 8th. Jordan Stout has gone the whole way. There's a bunt foul, strike 1. Eau Gallie will get a shot. Strike 2 on the attempt at the slap. And now 0-2 with 2 strikes. A runner at third here in the top of the 8th. Dolan, Stout, chop foul. Due up for the Commodores will be Izzy Gamble, Ava Tepley. Ainsley Odell will go to second since she made the last out in the bottom half of the seventh inning. So Stout 0-2. Pitch. Chopper got to be played. Dropped it. And that will score a run. A big run. And it's 4-3 on the error by Gamble. Still 2 outs. And that brings up Madison Ryder with Melbourne on top 4-3 now. Swing and a miss by Maddie. 0-1. Tough break for Izzy there. Just not her typical type of a play. And this is a team that does not make errors like that. They had committed just 6 errors coming into this game tonight. They've committed 2 in this game tonight. And that one a costly one. 1-1 to Maddie Ryder. Stout popped up. I don't know if Odell, nice job by Odell to track that. All right. Melbourne scores their run from second. Eau Gallie will need to do the same to push it to the ninth. Back with the bottom of the eighth in a moment. All right, Izzy Gamble will step in. She'll have an opportunity here to atone for the error there in the top half of the eighth inning as Ainsley Odell is at second. And here we go. And the tag out there immediately on the sacrifice and down to third base. But an out. Nice job. And this will bring up Ava Tepley. Tepley would love nothing more than to just get this ball in play. And Bellevander wants nothing more than to strike Ava Tepley out. Pitch, strike 2. 0-2 with 1 out. You get the 2 outs And then you started pressing. Big pitch coming here. Bellevander to Tepley. Here it comes. There's a base hit. A base hit. And Tepley comes through, and it's 4-4. Great piece of hitting by Tepley. She rocketed that pitch the other way. Scores Ainsley Odell, and on we play. Hannah Leach with Tepley at first. One out. Low, ball one. Not a bad pitch by Bellevander. Tepley just took it the other way. Popped up and out of play. 1-1. Another group of numbers shouted out by Coach Carrod. Tepley tried to bunt, but a foul ball. And now it's 1-2. One ball and two strikes here in the bottom of the eighth inning. 4-4 is our score. The winning run at first for Eau Gallie. Swing and a miss. And that is the second out of the inning. Nice pitch. 12th strikeout of the night. 11th strikeout of the night by Bellevander. Callie McMillan steps in. Strike one. Strike two. The 0-2 on its way, and she is doing her best Saturday Night Fever impression as she stays alive. Staying alive. 0-2. Upstairs, 1-2. Bellevander to McMillan. Here we go. And low. 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner at first. 4-4. Bottom of the eighth. I'm not sure what the mound visit's for. She might be telling, he might be telling her, look, you can't lose her. You know, if by some chance you lose this hitter, you're losing the number 9 hitter here. And then you're putting the winning run at second with the top of the lineup coming up. And I'm sure that's what Coach Cottrell's reiterating here. First, to kind of now it makes perfect sense. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. You want them to know this. get the out. Let's go. Here comes the 2-2. Popped up. Beyond our camera's lens. And it'll stay 2-2. Here we go again. Millen staying alive again. Staying alive. Here's the pitch. And there's a chopper to the shortstop, up and over to first. And that will end the 8th inning. We will go to the 9th, where we are tied 4-4. There's a bunt, and that'll work. And down to third base goes the runner. And we got one out. That was Haley Cottrell who advanced Maddie Ryder. And now this is Lena Ayala with a chance to drive her in. Pitch, check swing, foul ball, strike one. Can Melbourne score again and make it 5-4? What a game we have here tonight. And that will get the run home. And it is 5-4 as the runner scores. 2 outs. Cleanly executed, nicely done by the Bulldogs. Here in the top of the 9th. As Cammie Potts steps in. Potts from Stout. Outside. 1-0. 2-0. Three and 0. Oh no, he called a strike. 2-1. Potts gets into one deep. It's gone over the scoreboard, and Cammie Potts has hit a home run to give the Bulldogs a 2-run lead. She absolutely destroyed that one. 6-4. My goodness. That was a no-doubter. I didn't even have time to say track wall and you can touch them all. Cammie Potts crushed that thing. That thing got out in an ultra hurry. And it's 6-4, and that's a 2-run lead. One and 0. Potts has driven in. Nice play. Got her. Great job by Ava Tepley there. And we head to the bottom of the ninth as Tepley snags that thing down. We head to the bottom of the ninth, but Melbourne to get a runner at second, but they need 2 to tie, 3 to win. All right, here we go. Like I said, Melbourne needs 2. They got a runner at second. Bellavander back out for the bottom of the ninth. And the ball is in the dirt for ball 1. I was just talking to Dan from ISO Photography, and we just absolutely still are in awe of Cammie Potts' home run. This is Shyla Eppert. Eppert swings and tries to slap one the other way, and it's 1-1. The runner at second is Callie McMillan, who made the last out in the bottom of the 8th. I couldn't even find the ball. She hit that thing so hard. Bunt popped up and unable to get it, but now there's 2 strikes to Eppert. And Shyla Eppert tonight has not fared well. Now, she did single her last time. Or, I'm sorry, no, she didn't. Eppert has struck out 3 of the 4 times tonight. She is 0 for 4 against Bellavander. And that one is foul. Six-4. Upstairs, 2-2. Pitch, swing, and a miss, and that is an absolutely huge strikeout. That is the 4th of the night for Eppert and the 13th of the game. Let me count. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 13. Strike one. 2. Evie Martin. Now, Evie can do what Cammie did. She did it back in the first to put a run on the board. Strike 2. And 0-2 with 1 out here in the bottom half of the 9th inning. And the waste pitch is up and out of the zone for a ball. Swing and a miss down the first, though, and that is out number 2. And the Eau Gallie Commodores are down to their final out. As Bellavander tonight with her 15th strikeout of the game. She will face Jordan Stout, who has done a terrific job in the circle in her own right tonight. Stout has. And she will try to extend this game. Upstairs, ball 1. That's strike 1, 1-1. Bellavander's 1-1 is 2-1. Our player of the game tonight will be co-players of the game tonight. Melbourne hangs on to win. It'll be Cammie Potts and the pitcher, of course, Bellavander. What a job she has done going the distance. And it's 3-1. So Potts and Bellavander are players of the game if Melbourne hangs on here. McMillan is now down at third. And it's the 3-1. Make it 4-1. And now you got runners at first and third. And now one swing at the bat could change the players of the game outcome because a 3-run jack wins it. As Abby LaTulip steps in. You got to find a way to get that runner down to second base here. Tulip. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. Bellavander, strike 2. And the Bulldogs, 1 strike to go. The Commodores down to their final strike. 2 on, 2 out, 2 strikes. And Bellavander looks in to get the signal. The freshman readies, rocks, winds, Popped up. Is it playable? Lanya Ayala has it, and the Bulldogs win it as they defeat the Eau Gallie Commodores 6-4. Our player of the game, Cammie Potts, and the pitcher tonight, no doubt about it, as she goes all 9 innings, Addison Balavander. And want to thank our sponsors. Want to thank Coach Todd O's. Want to thank Coach Gabe Cartwright, and all of you out there for watching here tonight. Once again, your final score: the Melbourne Bulldogs 6, the Eau Gallie Commodores 4.